Good day everyone, especially to you Ma'am Goles. My name is Raniel J. Pabellori and I will be tackled about understanding sexual harassment. So, here's our lesson objectives. So, understand fully the various theoretical perspectives on sexual harassment. Second, distinguish the various perspectives on sexual harassment from each other. Then lastly, understand the law of Philippines on sexual harassment in the academy and workplace. So, what is sexual harassment? So, ang sexual harassment, it is an act or a series of acts involving any unwelcome sexual advance, favor, or other verbal or physical behavior of a sexual nature. So, ang sexual harassment is any act na mag-cause o kanang mga violence bitaw, mga buta nga makapa-epekto sa imo emotionally o physically. Then, according to Namhauser, Hining, and Laulum of 2012, harassment and sexual harassment are type of sex-based and discrimination that goes against the principle of equal treatment for men and women. So, ang harassment is is a behavior nga matud pa sa daning akong gibasa is a behavior or of unequal treatment for men and women. So, like many other crimes, sexual harassment is all about power control and domination. So, na siya domination o power control. So, meaning, sexual harassment is Sexual harassment is wala bitaw kay rights nga mag-decision sa imong own kay gina-dominate nila sa mga mga violators. Then, International Labor Organization or ILO 2001 defines sexual harassment as a sex-based behavior that is unwelcome and offensive to the recipient. So, meaning, ang sexual harassment according to ILO or International Labor Organization is sex-based behavior. So, di siya katanggap-tanggap and makakos offensive sa mga nakaranas sa sexual harassment. Then ito sa Philippine laws on sexual harassment. So, Republic Act number 7877 or Anti-Sexual Harassment Act of 1995 or is the governing law for work, education, or training related sexual harassment. So, kaning Republic Act number 7877, muna siya ang anti-sexual harassment. So, sila ang mag-mitigate or mag-manage sa mga harassment para less bitaw siya, then magamay yung case. Then, in work environment, sexual harassments occur when sexual favors are tied to hiring, promotions, or job security. So, second, act violate labor rights. So, kanang imong rights bitaw as a worker, gina-violate na imong rights. Like, dili ka nang violate nga atong naibawan nga ng masakitan ta, dili lang kay kana meaning anang gina-violate imong right as a worker kanang ginapatrabaho ka og lapas sa imong oras, giba overtime ka unya walay bayad kana. It's already na siya kanang violation na siya. Sexual harassment po na siya if ikaw bae ka kanang na-dominate ikaw ka sa imong amo. Then, a hostile, intimidating environment is created. So, sa education naman in education training environment, it occurs when targeting those under the offender's care supervision. The second, targeting those whose learning entrusted to the offender. Sexual favors are tied to grades, benefit, or honors. So, kaning number 3, known kani siya, muna siya ginatawag nga favoritism. For example, kanang gwapa ang usa ka tawo, nya ang imong maestro is lalaki, di ba? Mas ginapabura nila ang kanang naay mga itsura. Muna ginatawag nga pretty and handsome privilege kana mo na ginatawag karon, trending na karon sa social media sa TikTok. O kung makita niyo mo na siya ang trending nga kuan, pretty privilege. So diri ta sa sexual harassment in the civil service. So, sexual harassment in the civil service is punishable by Civil Service Commission number 01-0940, also known as Administrative Disciplinary Rules on Sexual Harassment Cases. So, here sexual harassment can be committed at the following places. So, in the premises of the workplace or office or the school or training institution. So, mahitabo siya sa either pwede siya sa workplace or office or sa mga eskwelahan or training institution. Second, in any place where the parties were found as a result of work or education or training responsibilities or relations. So, pwede po siya sa any place so where the parties were found as a result of work, education, or training responsibilities or relation. Third, at work, education, or training-related social functions. So, ang sexual harassment, mahitabo po siya sa work, education, or training-related social functions. So, sa four, while on the official business outside the office, or school, or training institution, or during work, school, or training-related travel. So, mahitabo siya sa official business outside sa office or sa school or training institution. Then, fifth, at official conference for a symposia or training sessions. Then, lastly, by telephone, cellular phone, fax machine, or electronic mail. And sexual harassment can be physical, malicious touching. So, ang sexual harassment can be physical, malicious touching, kanang hawid-hawiran ka, or loud gestures, overt advance, verbal requests for favors, lurid remarks through objects, pictures, written materials with sexual meaning or other similar acts. So, kaning verbal, pwede siya kanang i-threat ka siya, i-threat ka online, kanang kina-blackmail kita ka, kuan kag pictures, ginabantaan ka nga, pakalat imong mga nude pictures, something like that, ng mga kuan. It's already a harassment. So, in summary, sexual harassment is a widespread form of violence in the Philippines and globally. So, ang sexual harassment, so, dili lang siya diri sa Pilipinas, but in globally. So, kuan siya kanang, ang sexual harassment siya is, kuan siya kanang, na-covered niya ang tibok kalibutan tungod kay dako kay ang kaso. O padayon na siyang gana-increase tungod sa kuan. Tungod pud siguro na sa mga tao nga mga, dili bitaw sila mahadlok og balaod, like, kanang, kuan, kanang kasalig sila kay, ang atong country is a democratic country mo nang pwede nila buhaton nilang gusto. Pero timanin ninyo, natay balaod. So, mukuwanta sa ginaingon sa nila nga, no one is above the law. Explained by multiple theories, so, and prohibited by Philippine law. The law punishes harassment in the work, training, and education setting as it can occur anywhere. So, that's all. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Zairami Espinido, and I am from Group 4, and ako ang ikaduha nga mag-report after ni Raniel. And so, let's start na. So, let's move on to theoretical perspective of sexual harassment. So, sexual harassment. Research uses multiple frameworks: organizational, feminist, role, attributional models, but all share core assumptions and are categorized as socio-cultural models. In next slides, Nade siya 5 theories of sexual harassment, which is ang una is natural or biological theory. Says men's stronger biological sex drives cause sexual pursuit, including harassment, as innate urge, not intentional harm. It recognizes innate instinct as a strength. So, ana na dan ang giingon dani is ang lalaki daw kuno ang na ay stronger when it's about sex na sila ay stronger biological sex drives. Tungod kay naa sila ay stronger nga inana is sometimes maka-cause ni siya og mga harassment like mga rape mga inana. So next is sex role spillover theory. So this theory is based on the proposition of irrelevant gender-based role expectations that individuals bring to the workplace in guiding their interactions with women. Men hold role perceptions of women based on their traditional role in our culture. So, next is organizational theory. Attribute sexual harassment to power from organizational hierarchies, framing it as an expression of male power over women that upholds patriarchy. So, kato siya guys is mo to siya mga theory sa perspective of sexual harassment. And napadi ay siya theory, which is ang socio-cultural theory. So, ang socio-cultural theory kay nag-explain siya og sexual harassment as a product of societal gender inequality and sexism, reflecting women's lower status in workplaces and wider patriarchal systems where men dominate. It frames harassment as one manifestation of this unequal power dynamic, even seen by some men as fun. So, muna siya guys nga kuan daw. So, kuan na siya nga harassment bisan para daw kuno sa men is pang fun lang to nila nga inadtuon ang mga babae. So next theory is feminist theory. Frames sexual harassment as a result of sexist ideology that upholds male dominance and superiority, rooted in normative masculinity. Masculinity. So it exists due to views of women as inferior and functions to maintain gender stratification by reinforcing sex role expectations. Sumoto siya guys ang mga theory kabale sa theoretical perspective of sexual harassment. And then wala na theory, dili na siya theory. Ano siya is relevance of sexual theories. So, both daw kuno ang biological ug ang socio-cultural perspective show men have long dominated women, with workplaces reflecting this. So, data confirms harassment is widespread in public or private sectors and harms employees' health. So, women's vulnerability has extended to work or academia where male sexual advances toward female colleagues are seen as natural. So, muna na akong report and that's all. So, thank you.